Good evening and welcome to KMTV's Review of the Week. I'm Andy Richards. It's been a busy week in the newsroom. Our reporter Graham Stothard travelled to Calais on Friday to report on the migrant crisis.
I'm only 20 miles away from England. It's hard to remember that in such a desperate and barren place. This is an area of Calais where migrants who have travelled across Europe have gathered. So this is the Camp Jules Ferry, the legal camp that's been set up to help the thousands of migrants in Calais. Many stay here during the day as well as in a not-so-legal encampment just across the road. Then at dusk they head into the centre about 15 kilometres away to try and get into the tunnel. I spoke to one Sudanese man who called it the game. He went on to tell me 2 of his friends had already died on the tracks. Some game. A charity worker told me why they risk it.
We're talking here about people coming from Darfur, we're talking about Syrians, we're talking about Afghans. Those people are just fleeing a country where their life is in danger. And that's the situation today. Most of them don't want to be here. They're just here because they don't have a choice. They're not here to steal something. They're just here to, well, not even to have a decent life, just to have a life.
He's found the response to the crisis, especially France's response, inhuman.
We're seeing the situation here in Calais, we've seen the situation in the past and still today in Italy, in Greece too. There is definitely a lack of humanity in the way European authorities are responding to the needs of the migrants.
And the worsening situation only drives them to take more risks. So this road will see hundreds of people walk along it tonight, taking their first steps in a fresh attempt to get to England. As jovial as the mood is now, I've had so many waves and smiles as people have gone past. I'm sure it'll turn a lot more serious later. After all, some of them might not come back. The gamble these people are making with their lives seems to me not one done just for a bit of extra cash. They're people fighting to survive, just trying not to die. This is Graham Stothard for KMTV in Calais.
Back here in the UK, the migrant crisis has been causing mayhem on the M20 and was put in place on Tuesday morning. It ran on into the weekend. On Wednesday, Joanna Earle spoke to some angry motorists at Maidstone Services.
Well, police say Operation Stack is expected to remain on the M20 into this weekend. It's the 6th time since June that it's been put in place, essentially turning the motorway into a lorry park. But whilst there's continued disruption to cross-channel services, there's also a growing crisis over in Calais. Well, yesterday evening, a man died after 1,500 migrants stormed the Channel Tunnel in Calais. It's the 2nd time in a week there's been disruption at the French terminal. It comes as the government announced it will spend £7 million on extra security at Calais, but many here are still wondering when a long-term solution will be found.
I think the main problem's France end more than our end, but you know, something needs to be done. It's not getting any better.
We're never not going to get these number of people trying to get over or messing up or striking.
It's the French to sort out their end particularly, and if need be, get a great big lorry parks somewhere where they can get them all off the road.
This is Joanna Earle in Maidstone for KMTV.
On Wednesday, we had a story about a brave teenager from Gillingham who lost her leg to cancer. She's fighting to walk again. Cecily Snowball went to speak to her family.
16-year-old Annabelle Stevens from Gillingham has not lived the average life of most teenagers. In January, she was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer. When it spread to her veins, she then had her leg amputated. Described as a happy-go-lucky girl, Annabelle, who is also diagnosed with autism at age 6, is determined not to give in to her illness.
I had to come back and tell them she had to have an amputation. That was more devastating news. So yeah, it's been hard, all of this.
Annabelle has surprised everyone with her continuing positivity. Earlier this year, she donated her hair to the Little Princess Trust, which gives hair to other young people receiving cancer treatments. Her family are excited about what the new leg means for Annabelle.
She loves to play football, wouldn't you? I'm playing that straight away when I get it.
Get used to walking first, though.
Oh.
After receiving the new leg last week, Mum Janine says it will take a while before Annabelle is used to walking with it, but they're excited for what the future holds.
It was really great, wasn't it, Annabelle? Yeah. Yeah, he was getting really excited. and he come in and he showed you your new leg.
Yeah, it was very, really heavy and hard work to walk on it.
It was lovely to see her walking and determined to do that.
Cecily Snowball for KMTV.
That's it from us this weekend. We'll see you again on Monday for the very latest news from your county. Goodbye.